And I said, why? And he said, so people wouldn't think I was a doofus. Wouldn't think I sounded like a guy that fell off a turnip truck. And I said, well, I sound like a guy that fell off a turnip truck, and I'm doing quite well. So, I never have understood why. I've known a lot of people on TV who, thought they needed to lose it so that they would be marketable around the country, and I certainly understand that. But I can't imagine a place where people are still ignorant enough to believe that because you have a little bit of a Southern accent, what, you're not smart. A friend of mine tells a great story about how Southern accents actually are quite common to a lot of people. Like, for instance, in World War II, a lot of movies you would hear the radio operator and he would be speaking in a Southern accent. And it was slow and it was easy to understand. It was soothing. And if you're on an airplane in turbulence and the captain comes on the intercom and it's a Southerner and he says, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We've run into a little rough air, but we're going to climb up to a little bit higher and get you down just as soon as we can. It's calming, it's soothing. I can understand why you wouldn't want to be, laying in a hospital bed, getting ready for brain surgery and having a guy walk out and go, whoo, man, this is going to be a rough one, ain't it? I can understand why that would make you a little nervous.
Oh, well, related to that, why is it, do you think, that when Southern people meet each other, they inevitably start talking about food? They work their way around to it somehow?
Well, I think it's because it's about the only thing we can talk about not getting in trouble. We can't talk about our love lives because we'll get in trouble. We can't talk about our kinfolks because we'll get in trouble. So can't talk politics, we'll get in a fist fight. Can't talk football or it'll lead to a shooting.
Yeah, it could.
We can't actually talk football. We just got to be careful. But I think food is just it's the same way. It goes back to accents. I think that some folks up north do talk like they just want to get the words out of their mouth. And food in some places can just be something to put in your mouth to keep you from starving to death. Where the language in a Southern accent or a Southern state of mind is more of a story. It's more of an experience, and the food is like that too. And if we can't eat it, we might as well talk about it. Like, for instance, we can't eat fried chicken all the time. We die.
Right.
So but we can talk about it.
Yep.
We can't eat pinto beans and ham all the time. We die. But we can talk about whether it's better with, cornbread or hoe cakes or, we can do that. And recipes. Potato salad. My kinfolks can argue for 24 hours on whether or not potato salad should have mustard in it or should it have onion in it. And we enjoy it. It makes life better. So we talk about it.
Is there anything you fix for yourself?
Oh gosh, yeah, when I can. My wife Diane won't let me eat anything good anymore. So I have to wait for her to go away. And then I make white beans with either ham hocks or ham bone, cornbread, coleslaw.
Yeah.
I make pinto beans and ham. Make good jambalaya.
Is it brown or red?
Oh, it's brown.
All
I
right.
don't like red.
Okay, good. That's yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomatoes shouldn't get anywhere near jambalaya.
I agree.
You can kill good gumbo with too much tomato too.
Oh yeah.
But my favorite thing to cook for myself is real simple. It's a real simple recipe. you get some beef short ribs. And it's got to be short ribs. You can't get anything else.
Yeah.
And if they don't have any fat on them, it won't work.
Yeah.
So you get yourself some beef short ribs. And you do not cook them all day. You just sear them a little bit, you know. Then put just enough water to cover and set to parboiling them.
Yeah.
And then when you cook most of the water out, quarter some red potatoes and quarter some hot Spanish onions.
Oh, yeah.
And put that whole mess on top of the short ribs, and salt and pepper is about the only seasoning that you're going to have. A little bit of garlic doesn't hurt, but you don't have to have it. And then just cook the mortal hell out of it on high heat until it's basically caramel. The onions caramelize and the potatoes puff up and get flaky, and then just before it burns, take it off. And serve that with cornbread and green beans. And that's a reason to live.
That
so I do
sounds
that
good.
when she's not looking. I don't know why. It doesn't seem like it's that bad for you, does it? I mean, really?
Pull the fat off and not eat that.
Oh, no, you eat the fat. No, you definitely eat the fat. But, you know, we barbecue a good bit. I've somehow managed to convince the people around me that barbecue is actually not all that bad for you. But yeah, oh yeah.
So as you know, here in Kalamazoo, we're reading all 3 of your books. Have you had that happen before? Or you've been visiting communities where they're reading your books. What do you think about that?
Well, we visited communities where they read one book, and Shoughton and Ava's Man were pretty high up on the all-time list of books. You know, To Kill a Mockingbird's above us, but of books selected for community-wide reads. I'm very proud of that, because if you can get a whole community to read your book, what a wonderful, wonderful thing that is. But y'all, as far as I know, are the first to read all 3 at once, and I'm not surprised. Everything I know about your community tells me that y'all just have good taste in books like that. But I'm honored. It's a little intimidating. I was looking at the brochure and looking at the questions, and it was really odd. I was sitting there, you know, reading the questions and thinking, you know, I'd like to know that myself. Then I thought, well, idiot, you wrote the books. So, yeah, I'm pretty tickled about it. And without, you know, you can't even pretend to be facetious. It's a great honor to have a community know about your people, think about your people. If they were novels, I would be honored that they like the work. But see, when you write nonfiction books about your people and a whole community, especially a community as far away as we are, yeah, that matters. So I'm not just touched by it; I'm honored by it, and hope that the people hope they find something good in those people. There's a lot in common. Folks in Michigan and people in my part of the world have a lot in common. Tonight I'll ask this question. I'll say, those of you who are descended 1 generation, 2 generations, or 3 from people who worked with their hands, raise your hand. And 95% of the people will raise their hands.
That's true.
And so, yeah, I think that may be why. I think that may be why people like those people in the books. I hope they like the books.
Oh, they love them.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
All right. Thank you.
That was easy. That wasn't hard at all.
Good.
Well, I was on roller
You can
skates
just
on that
go.
one.
You just wind you up and you just go.
That was easy. Well, you know.